Well, hello, 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 everybody. Why is my mouth not moving?
Oh,
Ah.
light. Oh, goodness.
There we go. It's working now. Kind of. Bah.
Kind of?
My mouth is inoperable. That's unfortunate.
How did we just calibrate them and they're so weird? She's doing the ooh face.
Cool. Hey, Mark, what's happening?
Hello!
Yeah, let's recalibrate.
Hee-hoo! Ho!
Hee-ho!
Oh, we're gonna recalibrate.
We gotta recalibrate the cats because somehow my mouth ain't moving.
It broken.
Bye-bye. Haha! My mouth works again. It's like I'm flapping my lips, but nothing's happening on the screen.
And she's not doing the ooh face anymore.
I think it's funny when she does the ooh face. Oh, you got back for your video game presentation. How did it go, Mark?
Oh, that sounds exciting. Uh-oh, did I shut Portia in the bathroom?
I hope you didn't.
I sure hope I didn't.
She meowing.
I think I did. I've got to go rescue
I could have swore I just saw her in here, though.
Wasn't I just talking to her? I don't know. I'm gonna go look. Anyone in there? No. No, you don't. She's just sitting at the door making sounds like she is stuck in there. But she's outside the door. She has no business in there.
She's a weirdo. Well, if it went amazing, then I'm really happy to hear that, Mark. I'm proud of you. You seem confident in it, so I was pretty confident in the fact you were going to come back happy from it. So that's really good to hear. Thanks to this being a Shin Megami Tensei piece of art, we get to do a little bit of Shin Megami Tensei music.
Portia's killing me with the keks at the door.
She'll get over it.
She has no business in the bathroom. Why does she need to be in there?
She thinks she's human and has to use the toilet.
No. There's nothing in there for her. What's she thinking?
Alright, sweet. Sounds good, Mark.
Oh, we get to see the video game?
He's kind of a... Are you going to do him and Pyro Jack?
I think so.
Okay, that's why you're making him a little smaller.
Yeah, he's gonna be down here and Pyro Jack gonna be over here.
Pyro Jack carries a lantern.
And you floaty, right?
You could have... if I remember correctly, his head is actually like a jack-o'-lantern. You could like have it be popping open and have the cat there.
That sounds good.
I think. Let me double check his design. I can't remember exactly what Pyro Jack looks like. I've only been playing the Shin Megami Tensei series since I was a wee baby.
I don't think I can draw a single thing from memory, so no judgment here. His fangs are smaller than that.
Oh, right, he has the hat on. There's a picture. There's like them.
He's riding him.
So, you could do that and just have like a cat sitting in the middle or something. I would say we could borrow a cat demon design from Shin Megami Tensei, but most of them are pretty provocative, except for...
There's not just regular cat?
I forgot they did Cat She at some point.
What?
Yeah, they did Cat She. I mean, Cat She is in it, but this was his real, like, cat form.
Now let's do that. With some boots.
That's more you gotta draw, though.
That's okay. Their designs are pretty simple, so.
This is like going way back.
Oh, it's so cute. That's perfect, though. I like that design. Kind of go old school with it. That is adorable.
Hey, Rick, how's it going? Good to see you. He says he's looking forward to your latest masterpiece. So, we were actually going to do just Jack Frost tonight, but Sash wants to do apparently Jack Frost, Pyro Jack, and the older version of Kate Sith, which would be a Puss in Boots kind of thing. It's a demon cat with big old boots and a sword and a feathery hat.
This is very strange. Oh.
That'll harken back to the older Shin Megami Tensei fans, like myself.
I'm drawing on the wrong layer.
It's funny how this Shin Megami Tensei music, this is actually from Devil Survivor, sounds so much like Castlevania music.
And is it?
Yeah, this strikes me as like a Castlevania kind of tune.
Is he wearing like a muffler? Is it one of those that's got little ear flaps? Or is it more like one with the tassels?
It's more like the tassels. Well, it's just got like, it's kind of like a jester's hat.
Loops. Oh.
Yeah, think of like a jester's hat, because that's kind of what he is. He's a jester.
I see.
Yeah, they come down like little loops.
It's weird in this.
Think of more like if you think more like a, almost like a swim cap, kind of jester's hat cap. I need to spin my cat over just a little bit. Oh, that's on you. There we go. Because it's like every time I was looking straight at the monitor, he's like looking off to the left.
Oh.
And he was messing me up.
Man, circles are hard.
This is like classic Shin Megami Tensei here. This one was back from Persona 2. So how are you guys doing tonight? Anything special going on outside of the presentation, Mark? I'm pretty sure that's probably been eating up most of your time. Yeah, that sounds good. Feel free, Mark. Your poster, so you did like a... Did they have you do like an advertisement for your game then?
interesting. Alright.
Such a nice piano. Nice and soothing.
Yeah, very nice.
But then you think about all the Shin Megami Tensei horror going on behind it. Persona was actually really chill on the story for the most part.
Really?
Shin Megami Tensei is actually way darker.
His eyes look a little crazy.
Oh, just a display for it? I gotcha. I was thinking maybe it was a project where you make a game and then you also do like a little bit of a like mock marketing to go along with it, like if you were gonna sell it.
That'd be kind of cool.
Well, it would be kind of cool in concept, but if you think about it, there's not really... If you think about it, it's like, if you're a game developer, you're not really worried about the marketing. That's someone else's job.
It's true.
Unless you're like an executive producer or a director or something, then you might have a hand in some of the marketing.
Yeah, probably everything gets run through you before it goes out.
I'm telling you, it's going to look way better to you once you do the antenna.
Mm.
It's because you haven't done the antenna if you're thinking it looks weird to you. And don't forget he's got the smiley face on top.
Hold this marker.
They go more vertical.
More vertical?
Yeah. Yeah. So the presentation for it, Mark, was that like in a pretty big class, or was it just class scale, or was it one of those things where multiple classes come together and they compare works from one another, that sort of thing? Because we used to have larger scale projects. And when I was going to school, like mostly in science stuff, we would actually pit classes against each other. Kind of like a science fair. And the competition would usually draw out like everyone's interest and makes it just makes everyone be a bit more competitive and work a little harder toward their projects. Oh, it was an event at a museum. Dang, that sounds very large scale. So is Penn Museum like a museum of technology? Or sciences? Yeah, that looks good. Oh, okay. It sounds kind of like near us we have a museum, a Ross Perot Museum, and it's a really cool museum the way they have it built. You actually you take a huge escalator all the way to the top, which is like the 6th floor, and it starts off with like ancient history, like prehistoric creatures and such, Neanderthals, and as you go down in floors, it follows. Actually, the top floor goes all the way back to the Big Bang and the creation of all things, primordial soup and all that. What's up, Ragnar? How you doing, brah?
Hello.
All quiet. But so yeah, it starts off. The top floor is like the creation, the beginning of everything, and then you go down, and then it's like prehistoric, living life, creatures, creatures of prey, dinosaurs, all that. And as you go further down, it gets more and more technologically advanced to where you're at the bottom floor, which is the future, which has all the stuff coming up. Bufudine? Well, it's a good thing that our buddy Jack Frost here generally drains ice. Yeah, this one's from Persona 4. I found a big list of the top 100, I don't know whose opinion, but supposedly the top 100 Shin Megami Tensei music. So this is going to have music from all of Shin Megami Tensei, all of Persona. There's a little bit of Catherine mixed into there from what I saw, and some Strange Journey. I think there better be some Digital Devil Saga too. Digital Devil Saga my jam. Yeah, I think the conversation is a little bit smoother if you switch over to Twitch, Mark. While you're there, you guys might as well pet our little buddy Milo, that Tamagotchi thing that is underneath the chat. I haven't even checked on that thing. I don't even know what level it is. Apparently, though, if we get it to level up, you guys will get emojis. So, yeah, there's rewards in it for you. And that RPG thing that's down there, you can have it auto-fight for you, and I think there's some kind of rewards for that, too. Mark, if you want, you can send it over to Discord, or if you want, you could email it to us. And Ragnar, our week's been pretty good. It's been really busy. We've been trying to squeeze in videos wherever we can, but it's been a rough couple of weeks. Lots of doctor's appointments and things going on like that, and work has been coming up for Sasha, so she's been a lot.
Warming up.
Yeah, she's been a lot more predisposed. So, but hopefully we'll be getting some stuff up here pretty soon. I want to do some videos on Monster Hunter Iceborne. I want to do like what we want to see from it and talk about some monsters we'd like to see, that kind of stuff. Start building that hype up. How about your week, Rags? Anything going on? I know we need to get to some Borderlands with you and Audio and Schwoops at some point.
Oh, yeah. We haven't played with Shoops yet.
Alright, that sounds good, Mark. Go ahead. The music got all intense.
Oh no, is that hand on right?
It's a little... I think that could work. He's only got 4 fingers. You got that right. Yeah, I mean...
Is the thumb on the right side?
Yes, it's on the right side.
Okay.
So, what you might want to do... I think
people to do nothing, I am all about that.
I think it looks weird because the arm is the same length all the way down. In the actual art, it's like bigger near the hand and shrinks as it goes toward the body.
Naruhodo.
That's probably why it looks strange to you.
That didn't look weird to me, but...
Oh, I thought you were scrutinizing it.
Oh, no. Yeah, it looked like the hand was on wrong, but... No. How round is this creature? Like, is that too round?
No, you can't really get too round. Look, if you for his body, I would recommend that you think of his body as kind of being like almost like a slime shape.
Konokanji?
Man, Shin Megami Tensei has like easily some of the best music in gaming. Just rock out to it. No worries, Mark. Is it?
I always feel like the music is too quiet. My hearing is bad.
Alright, turned it up a little bit if that's better, Rags. So while we were gonna just do Jack Frost at first, it turns out that Sash wants to draw a bit of a mix. So you're gonna get Jack Frost, Pyro Jack, and she wants to draw Kitten from the older Shin Megami Tenseis. The Puss in Boots version of him, where he has the sword and all that.
I love his boots.
What? Jack Frost?
Yeah, I don't know why, I just do.
You like them because they look like Kingdom Hearts shoes.
That could very well be.
And that leg is taking that dip. That is a harsh leg.
Because the other one's gonna be like that or something.
Oh, I gotcha.
It's for
Okay.
the balance.
So you're gonna have his foot up. You're having him kick it up, like his traditional, hee-ho stance. Are you gonna have enough room for Pyro Jack
like
and Kitten as well? Kitten's not that big.
I may have to do, yeah. Is that how you say it? Kit?
It's Ket. It's actually pronounced Ketshi.
That's what I thought.
But I don't want to really say Ketshi because I think most people aren't gonna realize what I'm saying.
Oh.
So they say Ketsith.
I see. But yeah, I think I'll have him in front.
Yeah, the new version of him. I'm not too big a fan of the new version. I like the old kitty version where he's got the red hat and the boots and the sword from like the old Shin Megami Tensei games. So this is going to be kind of a throwback. I think Kit Sith was pretty small though, so I mean you could probably make him pretty tiny. You just have him with his foot up. Like
Like to the side?
yeah, to the side.
That would probably be easier. Then I wouldn't have this foreshortening nonsense. Foreshortening is the worst.
Kind of like maybe. Alrighty, Mark.
I don't like that. Looks like his legs are different legs. Why? I don't like your feet, dude.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs in Persona 4. Time to make history. Oh, so you got video on there of other people's projects as well, Mark? So what was this, Mark? Was it like a It sounds like it was almost like an amateur game creators conference or something like that. Was it sponsored by like any of the big video game publishers or anything like that? Sounds interesting that they would have something like that at a museum, though. That really shows how video games have come a long way. It's actually kind of funny you should mention that, Ragna. I don't know if you've noticed it, but on social media lately, I've been seeing, like, it seems like the Vita, now that they've pretty much discontinued it, like, everyone, like, the fan base is really starting to come out and go crazy over it. Like, it's almost like Vita is getting popular again. Or...
Too late.
Popular, yeah, a little late on the popularity.
Y'all already killed it. You should have got one earlier. I think it had like all the good, like, not real big JRPGs.
That's what I was thinking. It sounded like it was, Mark, kind of like a career path, sort of like almost like a job fair, but where you actually get to come and demo your ability to do the job. That's a really cool deal.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, I don't know about that friggin' boot, but I'm tired of dealing with it.
I actually really like the way the Vita was designed. I like the way it feels,
Vita, yeah.
and it actually feels like a... it feels good when you're playing games on it. The way it was designed, the weight to it and everything, the look, it's a very nice system. I'm surprised it didn't do better. I bet if they were to release the PS Vita in today's market, it would have done a lot better.
Yeah, but...
You already know, Reach Out. I'm surprised Reach Out to the Truth is number 85 on this list. I was expecting it to be like in the top 10.
Oh, so this is supposed to get better and better?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
It's a top 100. Anytime I see numbers, I think the closer you get to 1, the better. But I mean, then it would still be subjective to whoever created the list. I would put Reach Out to the Truth in my top 10 SMT songs, though.
What was the other one?
The bids, Mark? Sorry, I'm not really sure what you're speaking of as far as the bids. Oh, the vids on Discord? Let me see.
Oh, yeah, those were really expensive.
Yeah, I see your poster. Oh, you know what? There might be, I think that by default there's a rule that if someone posts in the general chat like too many times within a short period, it starts policing them. So just wait a few minutes and try throwing the videos back on there one at a time. It's probably something to do with that. Yeah, the memory cards on Vita were ridiculous, and the memory cards are gonna stay ridiculous in Japan because their memory prices are insane. You want any kind of memory in Japan and it costs a fortune. But like I said, that's simply because they don't keep old types of memory, old read and write speeds. It's always the latest and greatest. As soon as the new type of memory comes out, they don't clearance anything or put it on sale. They take the old stuff, recycle it back into the factories, and they keep just the newest stuff in the store. So the only way you're going to save money is if you get it online or if you go to like a second-hand shop and get some used memory of an older type.
So he's like a blanket.
Yeah, Pyrojack is essentially a cloak. He's a cloak that floats and has a jack-o'-lantern on top with like a single hand holding a lantern and a witch hat. There's really nothing under the cloak at all.
There was some fan art of him with legs, but I was like, this doesn't look right. Oh, he has an arm though.
So what would you guys say your favorite Shin Megami Tensei tunes are? Be it from Persona, Digital Devil, just plain Shin Megami.
Burn My Dread's pretty good.
Yeah, Burn My Dread was really good. I'd have to say most of the boss music from Nocturne was some of my favorite, but I've really got a soft spot for some of the newer stuff, like
Oh yeah.
Rivers in the Desert is like really, really good to me.
I'm a huge fan of just like the chillin' in town music.
The first time I heard Rivers in the Desert just gave me chills. It was such a good song. Yeah, I'm really thinking we're gonna hear more about it, Ragna, at E3. I'm really thinking because like the past few years, Nintendo hasn't been going all out on their E3 coverage because they've been doing the directs for a while now. But now that Sony's out of the picture, it really feels like Nintendo is starting. It feels like they're building something up, like they're getting something ready, something big. They have so many major releases coming up. That, I mean, they really can nail the market down if they want to. I mean, I think Nintendo is finally becoming... You can see that they're becoming such a threat to the rest of the console industry that I think it actually plays a bit of a part in why Sony and Microsoft are pairing up. Oh, did you guys see that Nintendo Switch sales in Japan have now eclipsed PS4 lifetime sales in Japan? That's pretty freaking huge since it's been out half the time.
Yeah, it's pretty dang crazy.
I wonder though, since Microsoft and Sony are partnering up, do you think they're going to actually like do anything together at E3 since Microsoft's still around, but Sony pulled out? They're probably just going to talk about the tech. I think a lot of people think that they're planning on doing the consoles together, but really it's just more or less they're working on infrastructure. Like they're working on making game streaming more streamlined and making sure it works better, working on like the actual hardware behind the internet and everything, and working toward 5G networks. As well as getting PSN, you know, an actual workable user interface. That would be great. Did you see the latest batch of rumors that hit the internet, Ragna, about Final Fantasy VII? Apparently some anonymous source that is supposed to be somewhat credible is saying that there's supposed to be a floor demo of Final Fantasy VII at E3, and then right after E3 they're supposed to be having the demo hit PSN and live, and apparently you've got to have PSN or PS Plus to play it. They're also talking, they were saying that they're supposed to be making Yuffie and Vincent mandatory characters. Like, you can miss them early on in the game, but later on they end up in the path of your storyline. There's a few other things they did. Supposedly. It's still all rumors right now.
A hat, doesn't he?
Mark, there is, let's see, there's like I said, you could always try to email them. I don't think there's any way they could, if they were to censor, like, what would they really censor with Tifa? I mean,
Just make him smaller, I guess.
but why? From what I heard, her design was pretty much going to be similar to her Advent Children design, which was pretty close. I can't recall the Opie size in Advent Children, though. Maybe they don't want to do maybe they don't want to do the animations, like as far as her fighting with them. Because you know when you're punching stuff and you've got a grand set of Opie, that's probably pretty difficult to animate.
Yeah, it would be. I feel like he doesn't look this manic.
Power Jack's pretty crazy, so it's kind of hard because his eyes are like really dead. Like they're just lights. They don't have any kind of real emotion to them.
Maybe in the color it'll look less crazy. He's got like spiral eyes right now.
Yeah,
Bonkers.
I bet Team Ninja would be able to get those. They've been mastering Opie punching animations for like 20 years now. All right, Mark, sounds good. You could always post them on your YouTube, actually, Mark.
And link them?
Yeah, that would probably be easiest, Mark, is if you post them on your YouTube and then send the link to Discord. That's probably the easiest way to go about it. I bet if you were to center his eyes in his head instead of having him looking off to the side, that would make him look right. Like, if you look at almost any picture of Pyrojack, like, his eyes are always centered.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to make him expressive, there's nothing wrong with making him expressive if that's your style.
I kind of like him looking crazy.
Okay, then stick with that.
I can always change it when I color it. Okay, now there needs to be a cat.
It's your picture. You do what you want with it.
I will do what I will. Oh, these are Final Fantasy cats. Kishi. SMT. Where's the
Sorry, I'm
cute
quiet,
one?
guys. I'm just throwing this up on the Facebook real quick. I realized that we have like 400 people on Facebook for some reason. I think they're all bots, mostly. But I really should go ahead and throw the links up just in case. I feel that I'm not utilizing the Facebook like I should.
You never know. Maybe we're just really popular in India.
Maybe.
Where was that picture that you found?
It was like the first picture I found. Oh, you mean of Ketsith?
Yeah.
Go to yeah, you need to do SMT specifically.
I did.
Well, you're in Safari. You're not in Google.
It's Google.
So you click that,
Mm-hmm.
and you scoot on down. It's a cool design. So you click.
And then find nothing.
Where is it? The wiki.
Oh, it's on the wiki. What? Oh, I see.
There you go.
Okay. With his little sword.
Mark Zuckerberg. Wait, what? Sorry, I was linking stuff, so I lost track of the chat.
How tall is this little dude compared to these dudes?
Huh? What you mean?
Like, is he the same size?
I don't think you really have to worry so much about the height on the demons. Just draw him where he'll fit.
Definitely not like that. And definitely not on that layer.
I don't think anyone is going to vet the art over height. He looks cuter if he's smaller. Anyway. I think he's pretty diminutive, though. I think he's pretty small. Like, I think he's like 2 feet, 3 feet tall.
This hat's gonna end up eating this lantern.
It's nice and smooth, like a jazz bar now.
I like it.
Face Rig seems to just want me to control you tonight, so. Who's gonna make your cat sing the song?
hat is ridiculous. It's too big.
Ragnar says, take it away. You're like smashing my face into my desk. Whack!
Oh, that was funny. Oh,
It's
this is my
pervy.
jam.
It's pervy face time.
I'm gonna have to tone down this hat a little because otherwise it's gonna eat his face. And I worked too hard on that face. That ain't gonna happen.
Will it let you text it? Yeah, I think that robotic face is like, for some reason, I'm pretty sure it's like the actual, like, mascot of Twitch, oddly. The robot.
I drew the hat before I even drew any cat. What's this? Oh no. I don't know where I was going with this.
A random booby streamer. Live pet. It's time for CD reduction spawn. 30 seconds and what is that? I think that's like some. That's like some one of them. I think it's something for the stuff that I put into the thing. Yeah.
And those feathers that are in hats are like kind of fluffy, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty fluffy. Did you have a... You're gonna let it die. It looks like the feather looks more like a wispy wind, like a breeze.
I want to draw a more realistic feather.
I wouldn't do that. No,
Why?
keep it. The rest of him is so cute. You could always do the more realistic Ket Sith up above.
I just like feathers. He looks scary.
Wait, why is he way up there?
I don't know. Maybe he's tall. I don't know. Where's the floor? Is his nose really big?
Is he like sticking his head up Pyro Jack's cloak, or is he in front of him?
He's in front of him.
Okay.
I got magic layers. Look. Oh, he's gone.
I don't see how you could draw him with that close proximity to Jack, though. I would have to like remove Jack as a layer so I could focus on the cat.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
I would just get confused.
I was getting confused.
Just smashing my face all up in that desk. Oh, here's some Persona 5.
That's from Persona 5.
I've still got some vestiges of what was dinner here with me, so you might hear a little bit of nomming every now and then.
They all look a little bonkers. Hey, stop grabbing.
His mouth is open really far, too. If you want to copy that, I don't know if you want to.
Maybe not. I think if I draw his mouth open, it's just gonna look weird.
So that's Persona 5 music. Although whoever did the list might be wrong. Sorry, Rags, no steak here. We got chicken and rice. Chicken rice. It was supposed to be chicken and broccoli, but I forgot to buy the broccoli.
What is with this nose? Is it really big or? It's really big, isn't it?
I think it's a shadow. Like it comes out, but I think it's just a shadow.
I don't get it.
Like.
Oh, I see.
Like that.
Is he right or left-handed? Right-handed, huh?
Yeah, it's his right. They need more left-handed characters. Where are all my southpaws at? That's good, Mark. From like I said, I hear from what I was reading when I implemented that thing down there, it said it's supposed to get you guys rewards as Milo levels up. I still need to find a way to impose Milo's face instead of the robot, though, because I think I can. I want to get that picture of his face where he's all like, we caught him in the middle of a yawn in front of the N7 backpack.
I think I know what picture you're talking about.
Milo would be quick to not attack. I think Milo can get up to like level 200 or something. But that thing is probably like engineered. It's probably designed to deal with a chat that's got a lot of people in it. So it would probably take us like a decade to get him to 200. Whereas if you go to a chat to where it's like, I don't know, Ninja or Dr. Disrespect or one of those famous streamers, it's probably like maxed out Milo in a night. They probably have to recycle the pet every couple hours, start it new and fresh. Not Disgaea, it's Twitch Gaia. We're here to get crazy viewers, crazy numbers, and crazy ratings. Not really. I don't know, that's a good question. I think that's why the thing has a cooldown, I guess, so people don't just destroy it. But apparently whenever it hits certain level thresholds, it grants like, I think emojis, I think it grants like some, maybe bits or something like that, I don't know. I'm still pretty much a Twitch newbie. I really want to play it. The new Sonic racing game. Have you tried it yet, Rags? Sasha and I played the crap out of the last two. We like any of the racing games where you can actually be on a team, and this one is supposed to be specifically geared around teamwork, so. I'll face myself.
I don't know how swords work.
I think that looks fine. It looks like he's going to cut Frost's little antenna off.
Forget your antenna.
Is he that thick?
No. He's definitely not.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you're adding weight to poor Puss in Boots. He looks cute though. I mean, I think it'd be fine if you keep him that way if you want.
I probably will. Who objects to fat cats? As long as they're like healthy and stuff. Like Milo.
You could go and draw like every monster from Monster Hunter, but draw them in super fat, cute mode. Like draw them as,
but I mean, that'd be fun.
Draw them as a circle.
Picture's bonkers. So much going on.
Yeah, this is. Ragna signed up for just a Jack Frost, and now all of a sudden he's got this big throwback with all of them in it. You could do one of those like one of those big collaborative like multi-character pictures with a ton of demons in there. Just take all the cutesy demons from the whole series, or take even the most fearsome looking demons. Like you could take like Mother Harlot and turn her into something really cute. You could make all the heads on her dragon look like Wiggler heads from Monster Hunter.
Sounds like fun. Oh no, I actually had room for the top of his head.
That actually sounds like a pretty cool collab, if you ask me. Little Shin Megami Tensei meets Monster Hunter. Have some of the demons show up in Monster Hunter World.
These layers are gonna get confusing with the coloring. Oh,
Man, I love the instrumental.
That's nice. Kamaha.
Kama-kama-ha. Kama-kama-kama-kama-ha.
It was really muddy and I didn't want to get my gloves muddy, so I didn't wear them for a minute. And I cut myself, so I put them on.
You cut yourself, what?
Yeah. Such is life, so I put my gloves on.
Gotta be careful with them knives.
This is definitely not the layer to be doing that on. What am I thinking? It's time for color. Well, let's see.
Yeah, there's still a few months before Iceborne comes out, so everyone's got a little bit of time to grind on Monster Hunter to get up to the point of where you can enter it. But like I was saying last week, I don't think they're going to make it all that hard to get into Iceborne. It wouldn't be conducive to the new players, especially the ones they've been adding to the bunch with Monster Hunter's been free for the past week or two to play. So they've been adding a lot of people to the user base, and they're not going to want to run them off with too much difficulty, so. Patrick Star for Jump Force. But Jump Force sucked. Patrick Star for the next Persona Arena. Or Blaze Blue Cross Tag.
The right layer for that. I gotta stop adding details.
These aren't very detailed kind of characters. I think you can stop adding details.
No, but like he needs more things. Because it's like a round thing.
Mark says leave enough space for the sun cat. Well, we've actually got a cat in this one, and the sun is up there in the corner now, so.
Oh, I really like this one.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite songs. Battle for Everyone's Souls.
Okay, what was I doing? Color. It's color time. No more adding things. Oh, we have a cat.
You gonna attach it to the arm like last time?
Yeah. This is the Porsche. She probably won't mess with it.
Milo's almost level 7. He's going to explode!
Alright, little Joby, you can do it. Don't fail me. Let's see what we got.
It's bath time, like it always is. In Cat Town.
Okay, what parts are blue? Let's do. Let's see. I like this version of him with bigger eyes.
Yeah, nice singing, Sasha.
Huh?
Nice singing. Why is my face suddenly clipping through my mustache? Did my cheeks get fatter?
Maybe.
Did you go into my parameters and change my cheeks?
Nah, but I should.
Look at that. This is like casually clipping right through. Maybe it's time to shave. Milo exploded. An Arcana, huh? I'd have to remember all the different arcana. What do you think you would be?
Isn't there one that's like just a cow?
Maybe hunger? Toru was hunger. I might be hunger. To be universe. The universe arcana.
Man, people in their clean lines. How?
How about you, Ragnar? Which arcana would you be? I'm pretty sure, though, I would either be hunger or the fool. Because my brain don't usually work all that there timing. There's, like Hierophant, Chariot, Justice, Hermit, Fortune.
Oh, that's like the cards.
Yeah.
Oh.
Temperance, Devil, Tower, Star, Moon, Sun, Judgment, Aeon, World, Universe, Magician, Consultant. Consultant. Yes. As far as personas, I will forever be a fan of Thanatos. Although, yeah, I'd probably go with Thanatos. Yeah, it is kind of a quiet night. I hope everyone's doing all right tonight. Sasha could get Mara. I don't know if she would want Mara.
Which one's Mara? Yeah, no thanks.
You remember? It's the
I should have known.
Mara's that their torture wheelchair dong. That's actually considered female, I believe, in the series. She's quite the brutal demon, too. Oh, they even got stuff from the animation here. If I were to actually go with like any demon as far as the demons go, I always love the fiends. I'd probably have to go with Trumpeter, or my favorite of all time was the Beast and the Harlot, or Mother Harlot as she's known in some of the games. Oh no. The chair's moving, Portia. Whoosh. She's like, what's going on here?
I don't want.
I also like Matador and Hellbiker, though. I'd probably be fine with any of the fiends. Yeah, Alice was always pretty ridiculous with die for me. The only way you'd be safe is if you had a Dark, Repel, Drain, or Null. And if you could manage to get Dark Pierce on her, then she's pretty broken. She can just like one-shot even most bosses. Daisojo was actually great for, in most of the games, he's really great for status effect control. Like, he generally has that move, Preach. Whenever someone tries to use a charm move on you, he will try to mute, it causes him to auto mute whoever the enemy party. Plus, he's really good at cleaning status. And bad status in Shin Megami Tensei is very bad. You can make it bigger.
Why won't it chill? Like, it's like, nope, it's either right underneath the eyes or this close. Hey, get back here.
If they release Nocturne on anything these days, it would sell like crazy. But yeah, the Switch, I think, would be especially profitable for them. I mean, there's more Switches in Japan than there are PlayStation 4s, after all.
Oh my god.
You think his smile's not a little bit short? He's got a pretty big grin, like almost cheek
I was gonna try to make
cheek.
it bigger.
Can you stretch it? Like drag the box?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how. I've done it before. Oh, jeez. Let's see. It's one of these.
You want me to just redraw it for you? It's probably quicker.
Oh, there we go. Oh, his eye. Why?
It got caught in the crossfire. Oh no.
Oh, well.
It makes him look like he has a unhinged kind of look. Oh, yeah, pull that box. It's wider, like long, see? There you go. I'd probably make it a little thinner though. There you go, something like that. He's got kind of like a lost in thought sort of face all the time. It's like he's always thinking about who he's gonna murder next. Hee-haw!
I think the top needs to be more flat.
Actually, you know what one of my favorite demons is, Rags? I completely forgot about him until now for whatever reason. But, Mott. I love Mott. Well, I love him for how insane he is. I'm pretty sure anyone who's ever played a proper amount of Shin Megami Tensei games, though, hates him. For his abuse of, Dragon's Eye and, Megiddo Delaun. I still haven't seen any Digital Devil music. Hey, audio, what's going on?
Hello.
How are you doing tonight? Mott was kind of traumatizing with his like Dragon's Eye spam, debuff, and then Megiddo Delaun. Damn, that's hard to say.
Do what?
It's Megiddo Delaun, which is Megiddo is the singular enemy one. It hits just one enemy. The Delaun denotes that it hits the party. Think of it like Ga, like Raga.
Oh.
In like Final Fantasy, there's Fire, Fyra, Fyraga, Fyraja, all those. That's not good to hear. Anything you'd like to talk about, audio? If not, it's cool, but whatever it is, I hope it gets better. Mercy, what's going on? How you doing? The camera is Portia right now. She's having a nap.
She looks like a cat's neck.
She's doing the cat burrito snake nap. I think it's kind of strange how Shin Megami Tensei seems to be so obsessed with like track clothes. Like track jackets and pants. Like even in Shin Megami Tensei 4, their uniforms, their blue and white ones, they look like track jackets. All the way up through, like all their games have had like gym clothes. I wonder if there's like a gym series, like of clothing in Japan.
Yeah, I don't like how his head is shaped.
Did it do anything when you leveled him up, Mark? I think it might be like level 10 or something. Oh no, you missed Ixion?
No. Oh man.
Well, there'll be more horsey in the sea, horses in the sand sea, salt sea. That's why Ixion is in the area with all the salt.
This is the truth.
Went boom? Can you still pet him? Can you pet him post-explosion? This is a bit of music to get the stress levels up. This is freaking Lucifer.
Yeah, it is stressing me out. I don't even know what's going on. Man, I hate circles.
If you guys see either of us nomming, don't mind us. We brought dinner with us so we could get the stream going a little sooner.
Yeah, I didn't get home until late.
Wait, so it looks different now, Mark? Like it's not just a creepy robot face? Or did it get ears or something? You want to see if you could get a belly rub on Porsche real quick?
Oh.
Porsche's actually our smallest kitty. She's the runt.
My hands might be jacked up.
She's like, what are you doing?
Belly, belly, belly.
Oh, it looks like she's ready to relinquish some belly.
Yeah, she's good, belly.
Yeah, pretty much all of our cats are chill with getting their bellies rubbed.
They have to be.
We've rubbed the bellies since the beginning.
Oh, sorry. Hit her in the face. I'm looking at the camera. I'm not looking at her.
Devil Summoner 2. Raido Kuzunoha versus King Abaddon.
Okay, I gotta draw.
Now that she got some pets, she's like, oh no, we need more pets. We need to go on more. We need more. Now. I actually have that collector's edition of Kaizohu versus King Abaddon. The one that came with Jack Frost plushie.
Animals? Should I snap?
That was Sasha's hand, so I guess she could snap for you if you like. Persona Trinity soul music. Wow.
I do like manual labor. My hands are jacked.
It's still in the box too, Rags. When I worked at Fry's Electronics, they used to get a lot of collector's editions of some really rare games, and no one would ever think to look at Fry's. So we'd have all these collector's editions of some really rare stuff. And as employees, you know, we would kind of hide away stuff that we wanted to buy in the back or something until we could pay for it. And I remember I hid a copy of Raido versus King Abaddon. And then I forgot about it. Until inventory, which was like 3 months later, after it had already been clearanced out. So we find it, and it was clearanced out of the system already, and it was still there. So they ended up selling it to me for $1. So I got it for $1.
That's bonkers.
They were like, "What is this doing back here? This ain't supposed to be in the inventory, man. What do we do?" Put it back in the inventory and put it down for $1. Oh, and apparently give it to Roy because he's foaming at the mouth over the thing.
This hat's gonna give me an aneurysm.
Huh?
Huh?
Which hat? They all have hats.
All the hats.
For $1. Is that like a dollar for multiple enemies? I give you $3. Make it rain attack. $1. What about Dolaga?
Look over here.
Dolaja? I'll buy that for $1, going back to those RoboCop sayings. But yeah, after I got it, I couldn't bring myself to open it, so... Dolagar. These are the attacks of capitalism fantasy. Actually, Final Fantasy generally has a move where you can throw Gil at the enemies, and they're like really powerful too, especially when you first get them. You remember in Final Fantasy VII, if you were rich when you got a Gil throw or Gil toss, it was like you could be dealing 9,999 damage when you had entirely no business to be dealing that kind of damage. You just go in and start chucking money at them.
Does it do that kind of damage because you're just paying them to go away?
No, you're actually hitting them with Gil. Gil being a metal coin, you throw Gil at them. It comes out of your inventory, and every Gil you toss did 1 hit point of damage.
Oh.
So if you toss 9,999 Gil at them, you do that much damage. Milo's forgotten your wedding, Mercy?
Oh, Milo, how could you?
Milo's a cat. I think they always sign prenuptials. Oh, it's the purple room.
This hat is so stupid. Oh my god.
Which hat?
This hat. This one. Forget it.
They're just little hangy flaps with holes in them.
I can't. The stupid hangy things with the holes in them. Whatever, that's just how they're gonna look. Colors. What color is this hat?
Yeah, Milo only computes what he deems is worthy of computing. Which is not much. It's usually just food, pet me, and it's nap time. Also, don't come near me in the litter box if I am in it, because I will jack you up.
And there's turn on the sink.
That's a mushroom.
Is this the appropriate color?
Yeah, I'd say that's. Yeah, I'd say you got his color pretty good right off the bat.
Yay.
So, for my anime watchers out there, what do you guys think of this season? I mean, we've got stuff like One Punch Man is back, and so is Shokugeki no. Whoops. No, not that.
I was gonna say. I don't think so.
Attack on Titan. I got I got Attack on Titan. It's Japanese name, and it's Shokugeki no Titan. So we've got Attack on Titan, and we've got
Shingeki no Kyojin, the show.
Shingeki no Soma.
Shokugeki no.
Shingeki no Shokugeki. But it seems like this season's a little bit on the thin side as far as content. Demon Slayer's pretty sweet. Demon Slayer's been
beautiful.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous to watch, and I'm liking the story so far.
I love the art and the blade effects.
But it almost seems like anime decided to give us a bit of a break so we could catch up on old stuff.
I should. Oh, forget all y'all. Okay.
There is Isekai Quartet this season.
Oh, dang it.
Baki is a really fun one, Mercy. Did you watch the original Baki seasons at all? If you haven't, I would highly recommend going back and watching the old Baki first, because this new one takes place right after the first one ends. Yeah, Shield Hero and Demon Slayer are probably the biggest ones for us this season. Because there's no slime. We need a return of slime. Yeah, Mercy. Definitely go back and watch the original Baki. Because there's a whole ton of craziness there that you're not going to want to miss out on. Because they refer back to it, and there's a lot of returning characters. Baki is one of those series that, as long as you don't try to take it too seriously, it is a ton of fun. I love watching Baki because it is like, it's its own kind of crazy. Like the way the fights play out and the drama between all the fighters and everything is just off the wall bonkers. Yeah, it could be kind of up there with, like, kind of on the same kind of level as JoJo. If you're looking for more fighting and absurdity, then yeah. And the animation in the first season was actually really awesome for the time. I think it still stands up well in today's era of anime. Season 2, unfortunately, Baki 2018, unfortunately does have its fair share of really atrocious cell shading animation. But yeah, this season's been slow, and I can't wait for Dr. Stone either, Ragna. Looking very forward to that one. Let's see. Yeah, this season's been a little bit slim on anime. Like, there's not too much going on. We've been using it to watch Konosuba because we were silly and didn't watch it the first time.
We started it and it was good. I don't know.
Yeah, we started it and then installed it.
That anime cracks me up.
I will steal your pants. this.
What's the level of absurdity?
Oh, it's rivers in the desert. We tried Dauntless when it first came out on PC, like a year ago, Mercy. It's alright. It didn't grab me nearly like the other Monster Hunter clones. To me, it strikes me as kind of it's like a cross between Fortnite and Monster Hunter. But, I mean, it has been a year, so granted they could have improved it to the point where it feels like a much better game now. As far as Monster Hunter clones go, I would say the ones I like are God Eater, and I don't know if any of you guys played this one, but Soul Sacrifice was on PSP. Soul Sacrifice was a really good Monster Hunter clone, in my opinion.
Is that the one with like the kind of Japanese style, like you fought Tengu and stuff?
Oh, that one you're thinking of Tokiden.
Was that Tokiden?
You even drew a character from it for Mercy.
Was that on the
Oha,
PSP?
I think was her name. It started on PSP. It went to PlayStation after that. But Tokiden, I'm pretty sure, got its start on PSP.
I really liked when we played that one.
If you guys all start playing Dauntless, though, we might play it again, just because it has crossplay. We play on PC, but we could play with you guys on PS4. It is unique in the fact that it is the first game ever to launch on a console completely and fully crossplay.
That was pretty awesome. That probably got them a lot of attention.
Oh, I'm sure. Is it still free to play on consoles? It was free to play on PC. But then again, we were also in the alpha and the beta for it. Is she bulldoze sleeping? I think she is. Her face is down flat.
It is.
She's bulldozing.
I'm gonna wake her up. Oh, they upgraded the graphics?
I thought it looked a little bit better. They definitely needed to add more monsters. And maybe a little bit more difficulty too, because what we played, all the monsters were really trivial. Like, they weren't a problem to beat at all.
I wasn't really a fan of how they moved. I'm not really sure why, but...
I think that's the biggest thing for me, is the monsters have to have a lot of weight behind them.
Yeah.
They need a lot of weight behind your attacks, for one. Like, when you hit them, I want to see, like, impact, animations, you know, to show that the monsters are actually, they seem like they're getting hit. And then also animations on the player that shows you're getting hit as well. You know, everything to have a lot of weight to it is one of the biggest things to me. Like, if I just go at a monster and start swinging and it has, like, it doesn't seem to register hits very well at all. Like, it feels like I'm basically swinging a feather at the thing. That'll kill the hunting style games for me quicker than anything, because I'm so used to Monster Hunter. The fact that you have no life bars to rely on, it's all in body language between you and the monster. Like, looking at, like, oh, they're limping, or parts are breaking, that sort of thing. There's no targeting. Well, there are crosshairs and stuff you can use in Monster Hunter, but I refuse to use them because it kills the immersion for me.
Yeah, they never used to have that. I can't get used to it.
But I definitely want no crosshairs. I want the monsters to have a lot of weight to them. Hits need to have a lot of weight, and like no life bars, that kind of stuff. As little HUD as possible is a big thing. Oh, speaking of Game of Thrones, Rags, did you see that they announced that the writer of Game of Thrones is going to be working with From Software to develop a Norse mythology-style Souls-like game?
Mm.
And I'm with Mark. I've never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones.
I mean, everywhere I go, people are like, you seen it? Like, I haven't seen any of it. I don't know what you're talking about.
People start talking to me about Games of Thrones right now, and I'm usually like, have you seen that new Attack on Titan?
Anime is pretty popular now, but man, I don't know if I would still try to like bring up anime in conversation with somebody I just met.
At the sound of, or at the risk of sounding like a complete weeb, it's really hard for me to really get into much from the Western theater of things.
Yeah, me neither. I just want to watch anime and play video games. Ain't got time for your Game of Thrones. Something's gotta give.
One of you guys want to go onto Twitch and slap Milo around with Mark? As horrible as that sounds. Because you're supposed to be petting the thing, but to me it always makes me look like, it makes me think you're like smacking him. The animation of it. You can multi-tap milk. Milo was up here. But he's not now. I don't know where he went. I think he got mad because Porsche is actually sitting in his chair. If you guys notice, the blanket that she's on is completely, like, covered in cat hair. That's actually his, like, loungeabout, and for some reason she's in it. Porsche was like, time to be out with the old and in with the newy.
I need a gold color.
I thought it sounded funny, Mark. You can multi-tap milk and get 30 EXP. I was like, milk? What is this? Are we talking about? Assert my dominance. Anytime I assert my dominance to Milo, all he does is give me the most pathetic look that I can't fight, and then I just have to walk away.
He just does like the squinty eyes, like, oh no, don't hit me.
Although I've got food, I'm surprised Milo's not in here trying to, like, smack my food out of my hand.
Maybe he's mad that we made something that he's not interested in. Y'all didn't cook something with me in mind?
Milo's like, where's the ham? You guys are supposed to be having ham sandwiches every night, so you can give me some of your ham.
He sure loves ham.
See, there's my jam right there as far as the demons. That picture.
Oh, I like the horse.
That's White Rider. Well, there's the 4 riders, there's White Rider, Mother Harlot is up top there with her dragons, and then White Rider there in the back with the white horse with the eyes. Trumpeter in the far back.
One day I'll have a pony. Be big and fat and gray.
That's pretty much how it goes with us and Milo. If he does something bad, we try to get on to him about it. But then he just looks cute, lays down, and then goes to sleep. Like he doesn't give any kind of a care what we say at all. And then you might as well have the Smash Brothers thing come up. Game! Yeah, I like all the Nocturne battle themes too, Rags. I like the radio voice, that comes in and talks like it's talking over a megaphone. For some reason, I really like the sound of that. It's really good in the boss themes.
Harpsichord.
This is from Arena Ultimax.
Huh? It's like a remix of that other song that I like, but they had a harpsichord. How wonderful.
What, am I eating? Is it that loud? If it is, I can like back away or something.
Yum, yum, yum.
I don't like the sound of people eating, honestly. It bothers me. If I can hear someone eating, I'm like, no. If it's too loud, though, I can go like to the other side of the room and sit in the corner and eat and have Sasha read me the chat.
Read you the chat like a bedtime story.
You could read it all epically.
ASMR with Roy.
Love this battle theme, stated Ragnar. Crying smiley face emoji, as expressed by Mark. Alright, I think I'm done.
What?
With eating, not with the stream.
I thought you were saying you were done with the dramatic reading of the chat.
Now it's time for that drinking ASMR.
I'm hungry, thirsty.
Not alcoholic drinking, just it's tea.
It's always tea. What are we drinking? Tea? Maybe coffee. Probably tea.
Oh yeah, if you go over to Twitch right now, Mercy, I've set up a couple of little mini games in the chat where you can actually play with a. It's like a Tamagotchi pet that I named Milo. It looks like a robot though, but it is named Milo.
It's Milo in spirit. like the beat in this one.
He ho, let's go murder everyone. Ho!
And lay down. It looked fine the way it was.
Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne actually had some of the best, like, chill music in it. Bootleg Milo, because the real one's yours. I wish I could get him in here so you could see him a bit, Mercy.
Figures Mercy's here and Milo is not. I don't know where he went. Every other night, he never leaves.
I think there's extra food downstairs.
Oops. That could be. Betrayed for the food. He's got like a side twitch thing going on, but my hands are just not steady enough right now.
For what? Is there something I can help with?
Sure. You want just color in his eyes to make him better shape. My hands are really shaky. They're tired.
Let me zoom in a little
That's
bit.
what I get for trying to stream after work.
How do I zoom again? I can't remember.
Down here. You just drag that little doodad. Doody? It looks like he's got a piece of lint on his forehead. How'd this happen? I like the bigger eye already.
I'm pretty sure. No, there's a line between his top and his mouth.
What?
This was a good battle theme right here. Fierce battle. I love the radio voice in this one.
What mission are y'all on? What has happened? Actually, tonight, it's oolong. It's like, I don't know what this kanji is, but oolong black.
There you go.
Perfect.
I think that's pretty close.
I like it. Let's clean up some of this lint. Oh no.
Linty face.
Have I been coloring on the wrong layer?
Milobot's gonna explode again?
It's gonna explode.
Oh wow, they've actually got songs from Makin Shao in here.
From what now?
This was their Shin Megami Tensei Online. You can still play it. I think they got private servers open still. It didn't last too long on official servers though.
It's kind of surprising. And where's the lights first? I guess the lights first was on the right side.
If you just like go in pretty dark, like heavy-handed with the dark on the lines, probably look pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm hoping to just kind of get rid of some of the original sketch because it's ugly.
So audio, I think she actually wanted to do 3 characters in this one, kind of as a means of practicing for the Final Fantasy XIV version of our characters.
Oh, you're right, that's coming. I need, like, a good screenshot of all of us. And, like, what gear does everybody want to be in?
I can just be wearing my... If it'll make it easier for you, I could do, like, the crafting gear. Just the black shirt.
If that's the gear you like, then I can do that. But if you want to be in your tank gear, that's cool, too. I will work hard. I think it's going to take more than one night anyway.
Here's some Digital Devil Saga music. Digital Devil Saga was my jam. My favorite in the whole SMT universe. Look at those designs.
Good nap port.
When the characters in Digital Devil Saga didn't have persona, they turned into the monsters and they fought the good fight themselves.
That sounds cool.
And then they ate the loser.
Wait, what?
Digital Devil Saga was a demon eat demon kind of world. Whenever a demon lost a fight, it was eaten by the victor, and the victor grew stronger. Led to some really, really good plot elements.
Shokugeki no Devil?
Yep. Yeah, I wish it would let me access those from the Twitch that I've got on my apps, but unfortunately I can't do anything to them. I guess because our channel hosts them. Oh, I'm one of the Sekiro bosses? I still haven't actually played Sekiro. Here's one of the best boss themes in Shin Megami. The audio clip is so short.
Yeah, some of them are real short. I don't know if it's like a copyright thing.
I went and watched a whole bunch of reactions from streamers when they first ran into that one Tengu that comes flying at you from out of nowhere yelling and slams into you on that rooftop.
That was hysterical. I love watching people that actually were able to react in time and didn't
Like
die.
they deflect him.
Yeah, it was super impressive. Like, you gotta be an actual martial artist, dude.
With your thumbs.
Yeah. And to have reflexes like that, you got great.
He does give a little bit of warning before he hits you, though. You do hear the screaming, but I think it's the whole element of, like, what the hell is that?
Well, yeah, how are you supposed to know, like, where's it even coming from?
Well, if you're looking in the right direction from where he comes from, you see him, but I think it's like the shock factor of, wait, is that something flying at me?
Hmm. That song kind of
Thumbs sound funny for no reason? Oh, yeah.
That last song sounded like something from Final Fantasy X. I'm on the wrong layer. Oh no.
This is Raido versus the Soulless Army. This is the level up music.
It's groovy.
Anytime I hear the word groovy, I think either Ash from Army of Darkness or Earthworm Jim.
Huh? The date. Why has this happened?
See what?
Today's date has taken over.
Huh? What is it? Just click off the screen.
Oh, okay.
Explosion reflection. That smiley face really lights his head right up, doesn't it?
I like it.
The cats around here, Mercy, are pretty bomb-proof to us grabbing their tails. For the most part. It depends on where you grab them. If you grab their tail near the base, it seems like they get pretty offended pretty quickly. If you play with it from like the middle of the tail toward the tip, though, they seem to like that part. So as long as you avoid the base of the tail like an actual grab, you're good. But if you do just grab it, you'd probably get scratched or at least a dirty look.
Probably just a dirty look. Oh, now it's dirty.
But that can definitely vary depending on the cat, like Mark said.
Yeah, no, definitely don't go touching a cat you don't know its tail. They can get real mad.
Generally, one of the safer spots to go for on a cat that doesn't know you too well is first let it sniff you, and then maybe go for a little open-handed forehead pat. Usually they're okay with the forehead.
Yeah, sometimes cheeks or like this part of the back is usually okay.
As she's like, no!
She would just rather have pets elsewhere.
Hey, attended Sauce. Didn't see you in the chat, but thank you for the follow. We appreciate you. That's over on Mixer.
Oh.
I'm glad we've actually got some traffic on Mixer. I was kind of wondering if it was even streaming to Mixer. I was like, it's telling me it's streaming to it, but we don't really ever see too much stuff from there.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, a lot of cats will actually let you, like, scratch the top of the base of their tail where it meets their back, because that's usually a soft spot, but it really depends. I find that male cats like it, but a lot of female cats really don't.
yeah, this is sort of hit and miss. Portia loves it. She's cool. I don't think any of the cats here are bothered by that, but, I mean, they just like whatever attention. You're petting me? Cool.
We got some Soul Hackers music. Atlas,
I like his hat.
Atlas is gonna slap the crap out of us with that copyright claim.
Oh, yeah. You know it.
Now them boots are the same kind of purple as the rest of him.
Yeah, okay.
They're the same kind of purple.
Oops.
It almost makes it look like he really has no legs. The boots just cover up the fact that he just has little triangles.
It does look that way.
If Mercy ever owns a cat, it needs to be Milo.
We'll have to fight to the death over him.
Milo is kind of a one-of-a-kind kitty.
He's a good baby. He's from the SPCA. Portia's from the barn.
Portia's a country kitty.
And, my brother's cats were from a dumpster. Poor babies.
Yeah.
Who throws cats away? Come on.
Sasha's brother ended up having a couple of the other cats we fostered before these guys, and they came from some really rough spots.
Yeah. Well, so did Portia, but that was sort of more weather and stuff. They probably would have been okay if the place hadn't, like, flooded. But when you throw cats in the dumpster, they tend not to do so great. Wouldn't recommend it. 0 out of 10.
Oh, well, there you go, Ragnar. Mercy laid down the rules. You gotta take Milo in a 1v1 eating contest. The big question would be, are naps allowed in this contest? Because if there's naps and eating, I don't think anyone can beat Milo. Milo could beat Goku in eating and naps.
Yeah, he likes his food. Oh, that's supposed to be gold. Gold souls. This dude's fancy.
Shokugeki no Titan. Milo looking over the wall at the people cooking down below.
With no front legs?
Oh yeah, Mark, I know the one you're talking about. She's a really cute one, like a white and grayish, like kind of tabby. When she runs around, she looks kind of like a velociraptor. More Raido versus the Soulless Army. I'd like to see Raido and Lupin the Third work on a case together. In pet pics, let's see. Oh, those are the Munchkins. They're actually Munchkin cats. They're a hybrid of, I think, Scottish Folds and a very short-armed cat. I'm not sure exactly what the exact mix is.
I want to say the short-armed thing is like a... What do you call it? Kind of like dwarfism in humans.
Yeah.
So I think you can, like, breed for it. It's a mutation. If I remember correctly.
Kind of like a mix between a Scottish Fold and Peter Dinklage. So like a Scottish Dinklage. Or a Peter Folds. That doesn't sound right. We'll go with Scottish Dinklage. Because that sounds so much better. Oh yeah, I did see that video earlier, Mark. That was cute. Well, the depressing part was not so cute, but the cat dancing was.
Oh, it's darker. Oh, there's a cat in here. Who is it?
Who's back in the little box? It looks like she's curious too.
Who dat?
Portia's looking at whoever's in the litter box.
I don't see any cat. Only here.
That's probably ASMR to some people. Cat scratching through the litter box. I think the microphone's actually picking it up, judging by the equalizer's movement.
Somebody is serious about their digging. Maybe it's Axel?
Yeah, it's usually Milo or Axel that are really into keeping they keep the litter box in great shape. Like they have rules laid down. You go use the litter box, you have to bury it. It has to be done properly.
Yeah, he gets mad if the other cats don't keep things fresh.
Here's another one from Mach and Shao.
Jeez, Axel, what are you doing?
Axel, you're gonna break the litter box, bro. And all it is a big bucket. For a lot of small dogs, that would actually be the truth, Mark. Axel, you're just gonna come in and use the litter box and then run? What? There's 7 other litter boxes in the house. Why you gotta come in here and use this one?
I'd really hate to see a timer counting the amount of time I've spent cleaning litter boxes.
It's like you're digging for treasure to throw away. Yeah, sometimes the cats can really bomb you out of a room.
Yeah, let's hope that's not what he just did. He ran out of here fast.
I think we would have already known.
Probably.
Because when cat's stanky, it gets around quick. So are you going to do Pyrojack next, or the cat? The cat?
I don't know. I think I might do... I could do the cat first and be lazy and not have to color so much of the pumpkin dude, but I'd probably still have to color the same amount because...
Actually, yeah, if the cat is in front of him, it would be better to do the cat first, because then you can probably avoid coloring a little bit of pyro.
Yeah, I might hide the cat when I'm coloring him though, so it may not make any difference.
I would just zoom in and color around the cat.
Could be an idea.
Because if you're zoomed in, you shouldn't have to worry about it. That's why zooming in this digital stuff is so handy.
Yep, sure is.
I'd be zooming in for everything.
I'm just afraid to get into these rabbit holes where I see all these things that I want to fix, and there's just not the time to fix all of it.
Yeah, it should be Scottish folds. I think Blue Russians can also have pretty small ears too, but I think it's predominantly Scottish folds.
Yeah, and I think maybe it's like a crossbreed type of deal. You can breed whatever with a Scottish fold, and you end up with kind of like corgis. You end up with a corgi-shaped whatever. End up with a whatever cat with curly ears.
A corgi doodle?
Yes.
Lab corgi?
Corgi mixes are wonderful. I sure didn't highlight this deal.
It is 10:24 for us.
Oh, dang. That is early.
Yeah, sounds like you had a long day. If you need to get some rest, go ahead, Mark. After that presentation, all you had to do today, I imagine you're pretty tired. I would have already been hitting that bed.
Yeah, if I were doing this, I'd be sleeping. I'm doing it tired.
Oh, audio. We were wondering what kind of gear do you want in the what is it, the Final Fantasy 14 stuff? And are you wanting to use a helmet? Yeah, we're Central Standard Time, Mark. This sounds like you're Eastern. We're down South Central in that there Tekisasu, Dallas, Dallas.
Okay.
Looks like he's pretty good.
Yeah. Let's move on to...
El Gato?
Sure.
So is the cat going to be in front of everyone? Because his sword... Like, is it... If he's in front of Pyro, and his sword is going behind Jack, that leads me to believe that he's trying to cut Jack's head off.
Oh no, he's in front of him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Roy was thinking about going for his crafting gear, but I mean, I'll give whatever a try. I'm not very good at armor, but
If there's armor and weapons audio, I think I'll be the one drawing that.
you very well might.
That kind of falls more into my area.
It sure is not my forte, so if you like doing that stuff, I'll just draw you some naked cats and just go to town.
I'm well out of practice, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
Oh, that was handy. I hit the back button and I found the other reference I was looking for. Okay, so this blade is just regular silver.
Honestly, the background color you used would have been pretty good for it.
Yeah, I might have to make it a little darker so it stands out.
You know what? The light on the lighting effects you did on Frost, you probably should have waited on those.
What was that?
Pyrojack's lantern is right there.
Oh, fudge.
So you're probably going to have to go and redo the lighting. Maybe in the same color as, or a more pastel color of the torch color for him.
Dang it. but I want to go to sleep. That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, that'll probably help if we do a group pose and do get a picture of it and make some references.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be good. Because otherwise I gotta come up with some kind of pose and get the heights right.
You could draw me like breaking some materia during melding or something.
Oh, we all know Krieg is good at that one.
Just draw my face all like, no.
He was breaking some
Not
dumb
again.
ones. Like, anytime I did a 5% one, he was doing it in like 10 melds. Which is like, okay, that's pretty good. But then if there was like a 10, 17% meld, it's like, nope, forget your materia. Come on, you got a better chance of doing this one. Why are you having so much trouble?
Your cat came in and bit you, Mark.
What?
Is she hungry? Usually that's cats trying to let you know, I'm hungry, human. It's time to feed me.
Portia bites me when I go to bed late, and she gets mad.
Oh, Sashomaru from Inuyasha.
Oh, I remember you posting that picture. I didn't realize it was a request. I think that would be super fun. I love his little fuzzy scarf thing. Scarf tail, like, I don't know what that thing is, but I like it.
I can't help but think he's related to that scarf.
I'm pretty sure it's a part of him, yeah.
Ah, then she's probably sensing you're tired, Mark, and she's telling you that you should get some rest. That's what Portia does with Sasha all the time.
Yeah.
She's like, it's bedtime, it's bedtime, it's bedtime, it's bedtime. And then when Sasha goes to bed late, she beats Sasha up.
Yeah, she gets real upset. She likes her sleep. I swear, if I didn't get up in the morning, she would just lay in bed all day.
Yeah, Portia sleeps about 21 hours a day.
She's a pro. I'm so glad we got cat cam tonight.
I remember this battle theme. It always used to irk me because it sounds like the song is skipping on a disc.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I'm a pretty nocturnal myself, Mark. I definitely feel way better at night than I do during the day.
I like
He's
the
so
morning.
fat.
I love how fat he is. I like the morning, but I'm not a waking up kind of person. But if I do get up in the morning, I feel pretty good. What's up?
I'm pretty sure you'll get a hold of Ixion pretty casually if you want. He comes up all the time.
I never see anyone mention him anymore, like in the huntling shells. Like very rarely, maybe once a week or something.
And that's because most people have already gotten his stuff, but there's still quite a few people coming to the game that weren't around before.
Yeah, I mean, I still see people talking about Behemoth, Odin. If I ever do see Ixion in any of the huntling shells, though, I'll put something in the Discord or something if you're not on.
Well, Audio actually joined a hunt Discord, so helps keep
that's
track
good.
of all the hunts that are up and about.
Yeah, that's even better, because then that's a cross server.
Oh, we tested it, and the Free Company chat works cross server.
Oh, for real?
Link Shell chat doesn't, but Free Company does.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, I really like when it rains too. It's the perfect excuse to sit around and game. You can kind of game without feeling guilty about it.
If I don't have to work, I'm cool with it. But if I do have to work, I gotta clean every single tool I own because they're caked in mud. I am mad. And then they like don't work all full of mud. It's so annoying. I hate mud.
Alrighty, Mercy. It was good seeing you. Have a good day and take care. We'll see you on the next one. As far as Dauntlets, we'll definitely put some thought into it and see. Now that it's out on everything, it might be worth covering it.
Yeah, we can give it another shot and see if we like how it plays now. They've probably improved some things.
I'm sure they've improved a lot. It's been a year. Chop.
Does look like he's about to chop him. I gotta get that blue off of there. Which layer is that on?
Yeah, he really looks like he's trying to clip Frost.
If only Frost had pupils, you could give him a more worried expression.
Yeah, they've actually been having a decent amount of Digital Devil Saga music in here. I'm happy.
They must be a fan because it's like really high up in the numbers too.
Oh, are you guys excited about the new stuff coming to Warframe? I know it's not coming to console next week, but it's coming to you guys pretty soon. The new disruption mode, as well as we got a new story mission, and they're adding Wisp. She seems like a pretty sweet Warframe. They're also adding all those mods that have like agility and bullet jumping and like wall dashing, wall clinging bonuses. So you can be a real ninja. Abdul, how's it going? Good to see you.
Oh, hello.
How you doing this evening? Did Kit Sith have any whiskers?
Oh crap, I don't know. Now let me check. Just a moment.
Oh man, more Digital Devil Saga music.
I do not see any.
This was a good battle theme. Yeah, it would be nice if I could get the frogs to chill out a little bit. I'd throw some Bufudine in there. Or Ma Bufudine. There's a lot of them. You gotta get that Ma Bufudine.
been coloring on the wrong layer.
You logged out of your original account, Mark? Can you not log back into it for some reason? Good lord, my throat. I think it's the weather lately. It's been bugging my throat. I don't know. I've been having some kind of allergy issues lately. And that's weird because I don't really do allergies. So I don't know how to react.
And the weather has been unfortunate.
That's 3 Digital Devil Saga songs in a row. Bring Jack in real quick. Okay. I was just curious about where his lantern was going to be casting light.
Oh. Maybe I'm gonna just put it out. Forget your lantern. I ain't got time for your
You can't take his lantern away. That's his soul.
Oh.
If the lantern is out, Jack is dead.
Oops.
Like, that's his life.
He might want to keep it under his towel.
It's a cowl. Not a towel. You should try to email Google authentication, Mark, and let them know, because I'm pretty sure that's a pretty common thing. If you give them send them an email and you can prove that it's your account, they should be able to reset it for you so you can download the app on your new phone. Trust me, that kind of thing happens all the time. So just get with Google on it; they'll work with you. Abdul. So this one is actually various. It's gonna be 3 demons from Shin Megami Tensei. 2 of them, Pyro Jack and Jack Frost here. You can't see Pyro Jack right now because he's in the background. But they are in Persona. But they're actually like the poster boys for Shin Megami Tensei. They've been with Shin Megami Tensei since the 80s. Oh, Sony 2-factor? I bet if you send them an email, Mark, I'm sure you'll be able to sort it out with them. That or go to their site and see if maybe they have a live chat. If you go to live chat, I'm pretty sure they can help you out. Because, I mean, that's really, really something that seems like it would be a common thing to me. So they probably have ways of fixing it. He does have kind of pointed cheeks. And his eyes are just beads. Just little green beads.
Oops. Oh no. I unplugged the tablet.
Sash just destroyed the tablet, so it'll be a moment. Should be right back.
Oh. No. What?
Just go down there and click on Streamlabs.
What's Streamlabs gonna do about it?
Why is it creeping back over?
Because I need the button. Why? Oh, man. I wish the computer would cooperate. Maybe I gotta make this itty bitty.
It's because you're dragging it to the edge of the screen. It's causing Windows to do its screen resizing. What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to drag it over the tablet. I do this all the time, and then I hit the full size button, and it goes to the tablet and fills the screen. But it's like, nope, I'm gonna go back over here. Get over there. I don't know how this window got so long.
Can't you just tap the button right there now and maximize it?
That's what I've been doing, but it wasn't cooperating because too much of it, I guess, was on the other screen. It's working now, though. Except it got messed up on the stream somehow. Why is it cut like that? Oh man, I bet that mount is a pain.
Oh, the Omega mount?
The regular version of that fight is... ugh.
Yeah, you gotta do it on Savage. I'm not sure how it is to tank those fights.
There we go. That's better.
More Digital Devil Saga?
There's a mechanic with like larboard and starboard. What is wrong with port and starboard? I don't understand this larboard, but I can't do it. I get hit by it every time.
Generally, when you're in Savage, you always have a shot caller. You have someone that they mark, and it's like, okay, when there's mechanics, follow this guy.
Yeah, I think that was sort of a problem. With my team, half of the DPS would go to the wrong side. If I could just like follow somebody I knew the mechanic, then I wouldn't have to watch for the mechanic. I could just watch the bars and try to keep other people from getting killed by it. And stand where the majority is standing, but like when half the party is on each side, no can do.
I just don't want people to be yelling at me. That's why I don't really bother with the Savage stuff.
The group I ended up with was actually really nice, except for this one DPS that was a jerk and then immediately left. Like, okay.
Well, if we did bother with the Savage stuff, though, we'd be able to get better gear than what we have, as well as the mount and other stuff.
I do want those things.
I'm pretty sure Shadowbringer's content is going to start off at like 380 or so, so I don't think it's... I think we're fine where we're at.
Alrighty, Mark. I'm glad your presentation went well with your game. I'm looking forward to seeing the stuff on it.
Yeah, Mark, have a good evening, get some rest. Sounds like you had a busy day, and like I said, glad you had a good presentation. Thanks for dropping in, and we will see you on the next one.
Night-night.
So his ears come through his hat?
One does. It's kind of on one ear.
Natsu, what's going on? It has been a while. How have you been?
Oh, dang.
Fire! Natsu came up from the flames. How have you been, Natsu? Haven't seen you in a while. You been busy with work? You might want to zoom in on his eyes so you can get the gleam just right.
I can certainly do that if you think it would help.
Alright, thanks for letting us know, Mark. So Natsu, does your line of work get busier like during a certain season? More of like a spring and summertime kind of job, or more like busy in the winter, or is it sort of all around, all year round? Since he has no color, it looks like he's being just assaulted by this shadow.
Soon he will have some color. Oh, I like that song. Said they cut it short.
Oh, you're still having staffing problems? I remember you mentioned that before. A catless. It's a catless holding a cutlass.
It's perfect. I love it.
A catless holding a cutlass is perfect.
Mm.
I'll take 5, right? Meow.
Yes, please.
The cutlass cats. Yeah, he does look like a red mage.
He does. I just love drawing magey cats.
Oh, you know what? People who don't go back as far as I do with, or a lot of people do. Like, if you don't go way back with Shin Megami Tensei, there's probably going to be a lot of people thinking that he is a red mage cat. They're probably going to think it's like a collab picture. Ah, we got some Persona 3 music. He does look just like a red mage.
I thought I silenced that.
How amateur. Wow, Mercy leaves, and guess who comes trotting in?
Milo, you're late.
He's like, I've come to see Mercy. How's it going? She's gone, bud.
What? No.
What
Was
have
it
I
bad?
done? Where have you been? Where you been, big guy? Your head's wet. What sink have you been getting into?
Oh, that's why he's here. Dry my head, peasant.
I think you need to go lay down. Go lay down, you senior citizen, you.
You gotta dry his head first.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way, doesn't it, audio? My wife has departed, so now I am free to roam. We'll have to let her know that he came back in after she left.
Come on, buddy.
I was curious, have any of you guys gone to see Brightburn? Thinking about watching it next week, and I was looking for some opinions. Spoiler free, please, if you got some. Digital Devils, Sagas, Musics.
What color is Jack's soul?
Huh? It's like lantern. It's fire.
Like orange?
Yeah. Once you're done with the cat, just do a reference. Oh, you're trying to do the light?
Yeah, maybe I should like actually do the lantern first.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to do the lantern so you can get an idea of where it's coming from.
I think this is too far in the foreground. Probably wouldn't be picking that up.
Oh, did you need me to find you a reference?
I still got a few things to do on the kitty. He needs some fur shadow.
At least Ragna didn't request Mara. I think we might have to turn that one down.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite family friendly enough. Oh, it's sort of yellow. His eyes are more orange.
His eyes are like red.
Yeah.
And his flame is yellow. Yeller.
Oh, goodness, buddy.
Milo, don't destroy things. If DC really wants to make me happy as far as movies, though, what they need to do is bring a sequel to Constantine out. Need more Constantine.
Constantine, like with Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
Oh, I freaking love that movie. Oh my god.
Every time I see what's her face as the head magician in Avengers, all I can think of is her.
The angel?
Yeah, her as Gabriel.
Yeah. Yep, no, I think the same thing.
Oh yeah, Iceborne looks great, Natsu. I can't wait to go and beat on the spirit of the forest from Princess Mononoke, and then chill out in the hot springs.
Yeah, I'm most excited about the hot springs, I think.
And then go fight iced Duratotus. I'm really hoping they're gonna bring back some monsters like I'd really like to see Zenogre and Agnactor.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to see Jinogo, whatever.
Jinogo was his Japanese name. Zenogre was the Western.
I can only remember one name. Just too dang many.
His name was the easy one. It was like Penguin Bunny.
Urukusu?
Yeah. Urukusu.
Urukusu?
Urukusu, and then in English it was Lagambi.
Yeah, that was way easier. I don't call him by his Japanese name.
It was like Volvodon. It was Volvodon in English, but in Japanese he was
I don't remember. I didn't remember his English either.
Nibblesnarf. I take issue with Nibblesnarf because in Japan his name was Hapuru Baruku.
Hapu and Dobu.
I'm really hoping that what they're gonna do is add a hot springs to your room, or maybe add a whole new room in Iceborne that has like maybe an open hot springs in it, because I don't know what they were thinking in that video, calling those things monkeys, the ones that hang out in the hot tub, or the hot springs.
Same thing.
So they look like they look like hot spring squirrels to us, but if you catch them as endemic life, I would think you kind of need to have a hot springs to make them happy. So let's hope that Iceborne has its own housing with hot springs. We're actually really hoping that instead of eating food, they're going to go back to using the hot springs as your means of buffing before a mission. In Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, you instead of eating or drinking before a mission, you'd actually go rest in the hot tub, and different you could have different drinks in the hot tub and they would alter your stats further. Plus you could also like play with toys and stuff they were like rubber duckies and rubber kurapikos that would show up in your hot springs. You could play with those and your cat would swim with you.
Yeah, that game was my favorite. Probably just because of the hot spring. And it had like this really... they introduced the area that Jinogo likes to hang out in. With the pretty fall leaves and really bright blue water.
Oh, that moonlit river area?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a nice area.
They should bring that zone back.
It's in Monster Hunter GU.
I want to see it in world graphics.
While world graphics are really nice and all, I still think there's quite a bit of charm in the Japanese style Monster Hunter.
This is true.
But we are going to be out there slaying giant deer, so I can't help but think they are going to still have the eating, because you know Meowscular wants to come over there and cut up some venison. Oh, here's the theme that Mercy was talking about, Boss Battle B2. So Mercy leaves, Milo comes back, and they play her theme.
Jeez.
Mercy has luck like I do.
Yeah, it seems that way. Wrong color. Hey. Wrong layer. Oh my god.
Wrong color. Wrong layer. Wrong everything.
I should just go to bed. Too many layers is too confusing.
Well, if you had stuck with just Jack Frost, you'd be in bed already.
Yeah. Over ambitious.
It kind of looks like they're all gesturing to adopt a cat.
Oh, that's perfect.
That motivational music, though. I've been so tempted to open that Arsene figure.
And does look like a really cool figure.
It looks amazing.
I like the sketchy animals.
So you did see all the, did you actually watch the whole reveal, Natsu? You saw they're adding, item usage and, slinger usage for, all weapons when they're drawn. As well as that, that new ability to use the grappling hook on monsters so you can actually mount them really easily. I'm really hoping that the changes to the monsters is going to be drastic enough to counter that, because in a lot of ways, those mechanics seem like they could really trivialize a lot of the monster fights. Like, being able to just mount on demand like that would be... That's a big enough change in itself.
Can't, Insect Glaive kind of already do that, though?
Insect Glaive can, but it still has to jump and actually attack the enemy multiple times to finally mount, and the more you mount a monster, the harder it gets to mount them. So I don't know what the exact rules are with the hook. Like, is the grapple gonna be something you can only use once or twice before they fully resist it, or... Because if you can just use it and stay on the monster, that would be really cheap. You could just keep knocking it down. Kind of like when they first... You remember when they first introduced mounting? Back on 3DS?
Mm-hmm.
We could pretty much paralyze monsters with Insect Glaive. You could just continue to mount them.
If you weren't the one mounting them, you couldn't hit them while they were mounted, so...
True, but as long as you were in a group that actually had communication, I mean... It only took, like, at most four jumping hits from the Insect Glaive. Oh, mine audio or Sasha's?
I don't think he's asking about mine. Mine's pretty simple.
Yeah, yours is just like a cat. It's like the avalanche.
It's extra dumb.
I don't know if you've seen her alt, but her alt is actually Sasha Roarnado.
Yeah,
So,
she's a jargon.
So she's basically just a bunch of small natural disasters mixed with cat sounds.
But healers for some reason.
So Avalanche and Roarnado. Mine, it didn't really come from anything. I was just playing around with some German stuff when I first, I was working on some German vocabulary when 14 came out, so I decided to make names out of German stuff. So Krieg, my main is Krieg. The Worm Kaiser is just like Dragon King basically, and then
he was a Dragoon main at first.
Yeah, because I was I vowed to be... My favorite job in all of Final Fantasy is Dragoon. And I vowed to be a Dragoon main and be really, really good at my job. Then they nerfed the crap out of him and I kind of lost interest. So my name was supposed to lean into what my job main was going to be. My alt is named Frieden Drakengott, which is, it's freedom. First name is Freedom, and then God of the Dragon. So I'm not referring to my...
Dragon blood?
Drakengott. Gott is God.
Oh.
So I'm not referring to me, though, as these things, as the king and the god. The name is supposed to be meant a king rules with war. So Krieg is war, battle, fighter, that kind of thing. So Krieg Wormkaiser is a king of dragons, rules with war. So Freedom Drakengott would be a god of the dragons, rules, but with freedom. So godly would be freedom, and king would be war. So kind of just stating that war is the lesser to freedom. It's a lesser evil that ultimately gets to freedom, sort of. Yeah, I'm hoping there's some kind of a cooldown for it. That way there's got to be something, I'm thinking, because otherwise people are just going to be Can you imagine a monster comes into an area and all 4 hunters grapple onto the face? Like, I think it would be pretty funny to look at. Monster comes in and it's like, oh god, get them off! And Anjanath walks in and all of a sudden there's just 4 hunters all over the face. You can't even see Angie's face anymore. She just starts sneezing. I'm allergic to hunters! She does a little fart sneeze. Yeah, there's got to be some kind of cooldown or something to it. I was curious, Audio. Is Knight Siegfried actually from Wild Arms? Because when I saw your name the first time, that's the first thing I thought of, was the very first Wild Arms game. Siegfried's kind of pretty famous, though, so... Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember Siegfried was awesome in Wild Arms. While a bad guy, well, for the most part. Yeah, I loved Siegfried. Siegfried and, man, Jack. Jack's whole storyline in that was great. Rudy was pretty decent. Cecilia was okay. But Jax was the best. Him and his history with all the knights. And Lady Harkin. You sure you want to be doing all that shading before you got that torch? That might destroy all your lighting.
I'm gonna just go to bed. Forget your lantern. Or just put the lantern out. Okay. Oh my god, look at how much I've screwed up. We're just gonna leave them there.
Quarter night.
Quarter night? I love it.
Yeah, the very first time I saw your name in 14, the only image in my head was Siegfried going and teleporting around and making everyone angry with his big old sword.
forward. Oh, the lantern's way the crap down here.
I think Wild Arms had some of the best storylines. Wild Arms 2 was really, really good. Like, I loved the whole thing with Lord Blazer. I really wish they would bring Wild Arms back. I think they would do really well. I mean, there's no Wild West RPGs. It's still not a thing. Like, they was unique back when they did them, and it would still be unique today. Even to this day, every time I see Nightmare in Soul Edge, Soul Calibur, I think of Siegfried.
Isn't he Siegfried?
He's
The evil?
Siegfried, yes. Well, he's like the dark version of Siegfried.
Yeah. I never did play the new Soul Calibur.
Burn my dread. But don't burn my dreads. I put a lot of effort into them.
You got a jack-o'-lantern picture handy? I don't know what color any of the stuff is. His stuff is sort of more of a, like a dark teal?
Yeah, it's darker than Jack's Frost's.
Let's see. It's got some green in it.
Well, they actually gave him a body.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Oh. There we go. Maybe it should be more blue. How's that?
Hey, True, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see someone over on Mixer. Welcome to the stream. So far we got Jack Frost and Ketsith done. Now we gotta do Jack in the Box. Pyro Jack. Figures these would all be in the top 10 on the music.
Yeah, I like this one.
I don't see how Rivers in the Desert wasn't in the top 10.
I guess it's not as iconic.
At least his hat and his cloak, they're not the same color, but they're pretty simply colored.
I wish they were the same color. Dang.
Yeah, he's got like a dark, kind of bluish black for the hat, and then the cloak is like a really dark purple. Yeah, that looks about right.
Oh, good.
Coming from a colorblind person. I dig it.
Colorblind people matter too.
They just cut off the song. How dare they?
It must be a copyright thing, because they've done that with a bunch of them. Really get into it and it goes away.
He's also got these little snowball things around his neck.
What?
I don't know if you want to throw them somewhere. These?
Oh, I see.
They're little snowballs on the ends of... It's kind of like a nod to Jack Frost.
His cloak is pretty well covered up, but I'll see if I can throw him in there. I don't know why I'm still holding up this picture of this cat.
Hey, it's Ouroboros.
Interesting looking.
Horseman. There's Black Frost and King Frost.
I like his hair.
King Frost is basically a huge frost magistrate that's like stuck in an Iron Maiden.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an Iron Maiden. It's like a steam pressure Iron Maiden.
What's the color of the band on his hat?
It's just white.
White?
Well, it's like a off-white, but you could just use white, really.
I'll make it the same color of Jack Frost, just
I don't know.
continuity.
Alright. Same color. I would just make it the same color as his glove. Paint. Yeah, color his glove at the same time and then do the little snowball things, too. You could probably remove the cat from the equation. Unless you want to draw around it.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to draw around it. Avoid doing anything I don't have to. I love this layer magic. You see this? And just don't even gotta worry about it.
It does seem really handy. Oh, we got a Digital Devil Saga song in the top 5. So, True, is this your first time coming to the stream? If so, then welcome. We're just a little bit quiet at the moment because we're looking at some references for old Pyro Jack here. Oh, some Persona 3 in the top 3. Man, that's an old school sketch of him. That's from like really old.
I like it.
Yeah, like they're about to get into some trouble together.
I like that picture. It's super cute. Oops.
That was a cool one.
Oh, I like that. I colored on the wrong layer.
You haven't had internet lately, Natsu?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that would get pretty old for just about anyone. It's kind of crazy how when you think about it, like the last 15, 20 years, we've gone from having no idea what the internet was to now we like pretty much rely upon it. This is a good one. Oh, a few months. That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Do you just not have it on because you're not at home very much? Or hopefully it's not something that's not a choice. Because I've been there and it's no fun. Oh, whoops, sorry. I'm going down a rabbit hole.
And silver.
Is it though? Let me double check. Yeah, it's silver.
Okay.
Yeah, the lantern itself is silver.
Let's see, is there anything else silver? Oh, I didn't finish clearing his headband.
Whoops. It looks like the mouth is just plain black. And the insides of the eyes are as well. Nose. I don't know why, but when I was a kid, I used to love drawing jack-o'-lanterns.
Hmm?
I used to draw the crap out of jack-o'-lanterns. I used to draw them with all sorts of faces, but I really liked coloring them. I don't know why. Like the orange and the lines and the skin of the pumpkin was like really satisfying to me.
Can't say I've ever cared for it. But, I mean, I like jack-o'-lanterns, but I could never really figure out a face to put on them.
Oh yeah, that's what I was afraid of, Natsu. I hope everything goes well with that. I'm not sure what's going on, but I won't pry. I hope everything gets better and you get it back soon. I have been there myself. It is no fun. That's always when I pop out all the single player games though that I had in my backlog or an old book, something like that. If you don't got internet, that's actually a really good excuse to go draw yourself a nice hot bath and sit in it with a good book. If you're a bath kind of person. I'm big on baths and hot tubs and hot water and hot springs, and just drop me in some water. I'm like a fish.
I don't really want to go swimming.
As long as it's not too cold water, then I'm a dead fish. Wake up, get out there. No single player games around that you can sink back into, Natsu? Not even some classics that you used to have? I've got a few that I'll go back to every now and then. Because sometimes modern games just, I don't know, sometimes they don't scratch that itch for me anymore, so I need to go back and have a little bit of a retro binge. Oh man, that sucks. Well, you're watching on your phone. There's actually some pretty good mobile games out these days. If you're into Shin Megami Tensei, there is actually a pretty good one out. SMT DX2 Liberators.
Does that one need internet though?
Well, phone network, like phone data.
Hmm.
That one's pretty good. There's actually a really good Star Ocean mobile game, Star Ocean Anamnesis. That's about as far as I know on mobile games right now, though. There was also Dragalia Lost. Nintendo released that one back. I think that one came out like in December or something. I haven't tried it myself, but I have heard a lot of people raving about it. But Shin Megami Tensei and Star Ocean, you can actually get pretty dang good and pretty far in without having to pay for it. Like in Shin Megami, you can actually do all the story content and everything without having to pay at all. The only thing that you might want to pay for is to get if you care about PvP stuff. That could help you. I haven't really paid anything at all for it, and I'm still like I'm able to rank in like the top 150 people in the game on PvP, so. It actually, if you're into Shin Megami Tensei, it plays a lot like Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. That's why I'd recommend it, because you can actually see your demons, unlike a lot of the SMT games that are first person. It's third person. You can actually see all of your demons, so it's really good. I was surprised. They did a good job with it. So I wonder if this is like another list that they went to. Because the other list ended.
Oh.
Yep. All 100 songs.
Dang.
You could probably zoom in if you want to get those lines cleaner.
Oh, it's going so bad.
I mean, honestly, the scribbling on the coloring is pretty cool because it makes it seem... It gives the skin of the pumpkin more of an actual pumpkin look. Like the lines actually makes it look more like a pumpkin skin.
I guess that's good. I just don't like seeing them up close.
The PvP is actually pretty good in Shin Megami Tensei, which is weird. You wouldn't think it would be. It's your demons versus theirs, but the demons are all so varied, and they all have so many different weaknesses, and you can customize them quite a bit. So just because you fight, like, say, someone's Lucifer, their Lucifer might be completely different from yours, or from another one that someone else customized. So the strategic battles can be pretty sweet. They can also be really frustrating, though. Because in PvP, if you have paid for a lot of your demons, there are a lot of demons that are behind paywalls, technically, and are very, very hard to beat if you have free demons, like I do. So Natsu, what have you been doing with your spare time? Do you like watch anything on your phone? Like do you watch anime or any TV shows? Are you one of the folks that are angry because of the Game of Thrones ending? I've been hearing nothing but that. Apparently, I don't watch Game of Thrones myself, but apparently over 1 million people have signed a petition trying to get the writers to rewrite season 8.
I'm afraid even the actors didn't like it.
Really? The actors didn't?
Maybe not all of them, but that's what I heard.
Nah, to color them eyes in.
Those are more red, right?
Seems like you're pretty much in the same opinion as the rest of us here tonight, Natsu. I don't think any of us are big on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
I don't know, it's just hard for me to get into live action series much these days. It's hard for me to really find the drama believable from live flesh and blood people, if that makes any sense. Challenging you.
I just sort of like drawings. Looking at the drawings. It's so cool when they move.
Yeah, YouTube pretty much scratches that itch when it comes to, if you just need like random things to watch to keep you occupied to kill some time, it really seems like you can get just about whatever you need on YouTube.
Yeah, I watch more YouTube videos than I should.
He looks so evil and lifeless without his pupils.
Yeah, he needs them. He needs them immediately.
And with the way you scribbled around his eyes, I think it makes him look extra scary. So his pupils are pretty much like, yeah, they're little glowing balls.
Oh, there's more color towards the outside.
Yeah, it's like red on the outside and goes to yellow, then white in the middle. Really hot. They're like little burning suns in his face.
I know this doesn't look right, but just trust me.
Yeah, I figured you're gonna go light in the middle. And like fade it or something. Yeah, that looks good.
I got too close.
The swirls are actually pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe I'll leave the sketchy stuff on him.
I would leave the sketches on him. I think it fits his face well.
Whoa. Too much. Lantern. Let's see. Silver. Silver.
Yep, just silver with, yeah, you've got it right there.
I'm gonna put some highlights in it and make it look more metal.
Can you actually, like, make... Are there any metallic colors?
Metallic?
Like pearlescent?
I bet there's like a brush for it, but I don't know how to work these fancy things.
It's cool. You can go ahead and just do the light effects like you usually do.
Yeah, I don't know what this brush does.
You just picked a brush and decided to swipe it.
It
See what
kinda
happened?
looked right. Crap, what brush was I using? Was it this one? No, that's okay.
We are almost near the finish line.
Yes, I'm ready for some sleep.
I bet. If little furball were here, he'd be talking about the ASMR of your strokes.
Oh yeah.
Swoosh, 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 swoosh.
It is a very satisfying kind of... It's smoother than paper, but rougher than, like, glass or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of brushes we don't really know what they do. We probably should have looked up... We should probably look up, like, a how-to on Krita or something, because there's probably so many cool
Yeah.
effects we could use.
I'm very much self-taught on this nonsense.
She just pokes it and uses it. And if she likes it, she keeps it.
Yeah, there's some fun ones that make hearts. I'd like to use those.
It looks like it's more of an orange around the edge and yellow in the center.
You're right. You're right.
Damn, you right. Up there, Milo's got a background. Looks like he has a background and he's gonna have some dialogue.
It does. And he's like perfectly in a place where there's no characters. He looks like he belongs.
Hey, Ned, how's it going?
Hello.
Hey, Ned, sorry that I wasn't really talking much in the stream the other night. Weird, I saw you started streaming and I just kind of hit it and wanted to say hi, and then I was like, crap, we're doing dinner and all this other stuff, and then my internet on my phone wasn't acting right, so yeah, I probably should have just popped in and been like, hey, but I've got to go. I tried to stay in and give you the viewership as long as possible and listen in, but yeah, it just wasn't slow enough to do that. Hey, no worries, Ned. I mean, just like the other night, we were doing stuff and tried to catch you, and Just, sometimes life don't let it happen. How you doing this evening? Everything going all right? I did like your I think your name was Bab, but your shark girl that you drew the other night was nice.
Oh yeah, she was cool.
Hey, our streams are pretty boring too, Ned. When it comes down to it, it can be hard to come up with things to talk about. Something that Sasha and I have as a benefit to us, we have an advantage because I can sit here and just nibble on snacks and chat with you guys while she draws, or vice versa. If you're doing a stream and you've got ooh, I like what you did with the light. Looks nice. The radiating light looks good.
I don't really like it, but
I like it.
I'm glad you like it.
You should give the lamp like a glow, though. Like a bit of a glow on the outside.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Oh, you had a good day? Sweet. That's good to hear, Ned. That's what we like to hear. What? That was looking good.
Yeah, but I lifted the pen.
I think what you should do... Here. I think what would help is if you want, I would do like a spiral inward and just go further and further and further out with yellow and do like a faded orange and do the same thing. Yeah, and then like take an orange and do the same thing. Like a really yeah, something like that. I wouldn't.
It's kind of jacking up the middle. Eh. Want to?
I would say like just kind of make it sparse.
Are you started an artist club? That sounds awesome.
Like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Kind of like the Dreamcast spiral.
I'm not very good at these things. Yeah, that sounds like an awesome day. And an art club sounds like a blast. Man, I wish my school had an art club. It was really just a couple of weird art kids. And like literally just two of us.
There's nothing wrong with being weird.
No, there's not. It's actually better, I think.
Yeah, I mean, generally, when you find the most creative people, they're a little bit odd because they're just different from everyone else.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have changed anything. At least not about the weirdness. I would have changed other things, but I still would have drawn. And been weird.
So how are you going to go about the lighting from the lantern reflecting off of everyone around him?
I'm gonna just cry and sit in the fetal position.
I mean, you could honestly probably leave it the way it is.
Nah, I could probably just put like a little yellow glow. And then I tried. I think it's probably not actually going to be that hard. We'll see. Kitty is on. I
can't help
labeled these.
I can't help but think the background you might benefit a bit from the background being maybe a little darker, but then I don't know, the darker colors might get lost.
It's on its own layer, so I can certainly experiment with it if you think.
Oh, well, that's good to hear, Ned. If she seems like the friendly type, then that's definitely the kind of folks you want in your court. And hey, if she's into art as well, that's even better.
Yeah, it's always fun to have friends that draw, and you got some friendly, what is the word? Competition.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a really great day. What kind of stuff does she like to draw? Does she draw like characters like you do, or maybe more background? I had a friend in high school that was really, really good at drawing music instruments. Like they couldn't draw
What?
anything else. You could
That's
ask her to draw
incredible.
anything else, and she couldn't get it. She wouldn't. Maybe she just didn't care to, but she would draw an instrument, like a music instrument, and she draw it like it would look 3D. Her shading was perfect. Her light reflection was perfect, and it would look like almost like you could pick it up, kind of good. Like she did some really, really cool instruments. I had another friend, the same class in middle school, or high school actually. He drew nothing. He couldn't draw anything direct. He always had to draw everything as a reflection in something else. Like he loved to draw jars, like polished vases and jars, and he would draw like full scenes of like people in like choirs and music halls and meetings at parties and stuff. He drew like Christmas parties, all kinds of stuff as a reflection inside these things. So
That is so crazy.
everything that he drew was like fisheye kind of lens. Like it's like the only way he could draw people was with these weird proportions. So he just figured out a way to make it work. He was like, I like to draw people that are warped and look this way, so I'm gonna do it as a reflection. And he really rocked it. He figured out a way to make his art work in an awesome way. Oh, so she's more in the like anime characters, kind of like, sort of like how Sash here. She kind of tends to lean more the anime direction.
Yeah, when I was Ned's age, I was probably drawing more stuff sort of like Ned, or maybe I was still drawing just horses at that point. I don't know. I can't remember when I started drawing more like original characters and stuff, and animal people. I think it was like middle school.
Yeah, that lighting looks really good. I think that's why I'm thinking that a darker backdrop would look better. Is with
Yeah.
that lighting, it would look really cool.
Let's see. Oops. That sure was a confident tap that did a whole lot of nothing.
Zoom out on it a bit. There you go. Maybe the brighter backdrop is a little better.
Yeah, I think I like it. Oh, the opacity.
How about you challenge yourself a little bit, Ned, since you like to draw people that have interesting features. I notice you kind of stick to the two-legged type. Have you ever tried drawing like maybe a centaur or maybe
Oh, those are cool.
like a spider person? Like someone
Those are
with
not cool.
like a lot of legs? Anytime I would have trouble figuring out what I wanted to draw, I would just honestly go and put my pencil on the paper and let my hand move around on its own, and eventually I would start just drawing. The flow would catch me, and it would just end up happening.
That sounds far too crazy.
Oh, you've got some centaur characters. Oh, okay, well that's cool. Then what about a spider person? It's a lot of legs to worry about. Or maybe like I don't know, if probably don't like bugs. I think they're a challenge though. You could
They
do
would
like
be difficult. I just don't like them and don't want.
like where does the spider end and the person begin and vice versa? Or maybe go with someone that's got a lot of webbing, like a seahorse person. Drawing the tail for that would be pretty fun.
Which layer is it of the cat on? There it is.
Or what are those rare endangered lizards in the water? Zolotls. You could draw a Zolotl person.
I love those. They're so cute.
Or a pangolin. Pangolins are my favorite animal. Pangolin and penguin. They sound so much alike. Pangolins are great.
Yeah, I like those. I like that they walk around on just their little back elephant feet. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're little pine cone critters. They're like a little pine cone armadillo anteater.
They're so wonderful.
They're like a dinosaur living in today's world. I love pangolins.
I'd seen like tons of pictures of them standing up, and I figured like, oh, they just kind of like a prairie dog. But no, they just walk around like that. It's the best. Oh my god.
They're little vulvodons.
Mhm. What was I gonna do? Oh, I forgot to make this look like metal.
Zoom in.
Oh, it's so ugly. Go away.
Ominous music.
It just kind of looks like a weird, like candy or something.
It looks good to me. So are you gonna put your signature like on his headband?
Oh man, I can't remember the last time I signed something.
You probably should sign your stuff.
I probably should. Oh yeah, that seems good. Good as bad as any.
Oh, snakes that have a body of a human? So, rather than going with like the Lamia style, like where it used to be like the bottom half of the body is a snake, you're thinking like a actual human's body with a snake head? What was her name? There was some anime that had a snake-headed chick. In that Anthro anime.
Oh,
What was that show called?
Centaur Life or something?
Yeah, Centaur Life. Have you seen that one, Ned? I don't know if you watch much anime, but there's one. It's called A Centaur's Life. It's actually a really interesting and creative anime. Spider feet, I think, would just be either like one spike. I think it would just be one spike that would hit the ground. Just think like, look at your finger, I would say, and use that, like bend your finger kind of like a hook, and use that as like a model for the segments of the spider's legs, I would think, and then your fingertip would just be a point. As far as the rest of it, yeah, drawing the thorax and the abdomen would be kind of weird.
For something like a spider, I would definitely need a reference. I don't know what spiders look like.
Yeah, you could look at an actual spider.
It's always my solution. Otherwise, nothing would come out looking remotely like it should.
The great thing about going and actually drawing something like that you have no idea about is by the time you're done drawing it, I'm willing to bet you'll probably pick up something along the way. Like you'll be drawing the legs or the thorax or something, be like, you know what? Doing this made me think of a great way that I want to do like something else on another character.
And you'll suddenly become an expert at spider anatomy for no reason. Just for fun.
Well, not necessarily. It doesn't have to actually be just the spider anatomy. Like while you're drawing the thorax or something, or the legs, the segments of the legs, like maybe it'll help you. You'll have a breakthrough as far as like, I'm gonna start doing my elbows like this, or I'm gonna start doing my knees like this, or I'm gonna start using like the way you do the thorax. Maybe it'll be like, oh, the shape of this would be perfect for like a nose. I don't know. I used to draw stuff that I was never comfortable with, and I would always come out of it with some kind of inspiration for something entirely unrelated. Like, oh, drawing this has made me realize that I could use this practice to draw that I was having trouble with before. Like maybe drawing all the spider legs would help you figure out ways to draw hands better. Like the digits.
Oh, she's going crazy. Still gonna attack the camera.
Because the spider legs would basically be like, kind of like drawing large fingers.
Are you stuck?
Is she stuck?
I don't know if she wants her paws up there or not.
She looks like she's stuck. So how's this look when you bring it back?
Oh, it's like not even on the screen properly. Bring it back? Like postage stamp size?
No,
Bye.
no postage. Bye, guys. We'll see you later. And you really used up the whole palette this time.
Yeah, it's sort of rare for me. I'm always like, oh no, I gotta conserve paper.
Not palette. Canvas.
Lemon.
Just remember, Ned, that without the darkness there is no light. It's good to draw a little bit of evil now and then. That way you get better at the good.
Demonic can look cool.
Yeah, demonic has style. I think it would be kind of hard to draw like a spider person without them looking kind of evil in a way. Because people generally have fears related to spiders. The general stigma with spiders is a bad one. So what you could draw is you could do the spider, but instead of going with a traditional color like black or gray or brown, you could go like white, or maybe give it some fur around like the legs or something. You know, throw some style in there. Make it look like one of those crazy snow spiders or a wolf spider.
It's too far away.
So, are we pretty much done on this one? Looks like it.
I think so.
Well, if you're needing to get to bed, then I guess we should go ahead and give it a call.
Yeah, I'm pretty sleepy.
Well, alrighty, you guys. I think we are going to go ahead and get ready and call this one for tonight. Yeah, I would go with like a wolf spider, or maybe one of those snow spiders. And instead of drawing if you don't want it to look so much creepy, instead of drawing like the hairs for the legs, maybe make it like fur. Make it look like it's got fur on the legs or something like that.
I really like wolf spiders. I mean, I guess as far as spiders go, I don't want to see one, but when they run, they kind of look floppy. Like they don't have any joints. It's kind of funny.
They look like they're panicking.
They're pretty cute.
Oh God, no! It's like their body just has a spasm aneurysm, and they just...
It's like they're ragdolling in a video game, but they're traveling.
They're spiriting away.
She's so clean, but want to pet. Ruin your cleanness.
Well, alright, you guys. We appreciate you coming in and visiting with us. And Ned, good luck with your spider gal. If you finish her up, feel free to throw her into the Discord, or you can throw a video up on your YouTube and let us know.
And we will check it out.
Outside of that, yep, good night, humans. Have a nice existence. So, guys, thank you for dropping by, and let's see. Oh, for anyone who might be watching this after the fact, or anyone who might be coming in late or watching us later on, we love you guys. Appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, likes and subs are entirely up to you. What we do ask for around here is that you consider, if it's within your means, consider adopting or rescuing an animal. ASPCA.org, petfinder.com. You can also Google local animal rescue and adoption options. If you can't bring one home due to allergies, living conditions, what have you, there's other ways you can show those guys your love. What are some of those?
You can also go volunteer and still spend time with the guys, or you can donate money or blankets, clothes. They can use all that stuff.
Yep, there's plenty of ways to show your love, plenty of ways to give it, and plenty of animals out there who could use it. So remember, buy your fun, not your fam. Adopt, don't shop. And speaking of love, we love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.
Nighty night.
Hey, I didn't freak out that time.
Practice makes perfect.